Alright, g'day, hi and welcome. I'm still itchy from yesterday. Hopefully the flies won't be as bad today, but I'm not counting on that. Completely white. Well, it's Friday. Can't believe that. Freaking pine cone! Pine cone! Pine cone! Cracked my windshield yesterday. Stupid pine cone. Yeah, like this pine tree was attacking my car, like lobbed like freaking 5 pine cone meteors at my car. Cracked my windshield. Freaking pine cone. I'm over it. No, not pine cone. Stupid pine cone. Alright, anyway. Okay. My poor car. So I gotta get some chainsaw-y gas. I tried to get some mix at the store yesterday, but they didn't have any mix, so I'm hoping they got some mix. Normally I have all my chainsaw gases and stuff like that already, but like this year it's kind of like my money's kind of tied up in a funny way where I'm doing well, but you know, like everything, you got to be really stringent about how you spend, right? So like to fill up all my gas cans, you know, like that could set me back a bit. So I just have enough now to do the 2-stroke stuff, and I have most of my clients. Those branches are on the ground now. And to my one of my longtime subscribers, yes, I do drive around the neighborhood threatening trees. Yes, I do that. Hey, if you don't keep those trees in line, man, my cousin, yeah, they'll run amok on you. Don't do that. Not as bad as pine cones. Maybe that's why the pine cones are attacking. We're gonna seek tree revenge. So, my dad was on the internet last night, and looking at chainsaws. And his old trusty, he's been messing with it. But that saw's God knows how old. And actually, the guy just passed me. He's got a saw for sale, but it's another old saw, right? And you know, it's that catch-22. Buy another cheap old saw, and like you get like 2 trees cut, one half cut up, and then you got to fix it. And then you got to, like, I just do not have the patience, the time, you know, or even the money to really do that. So I think you're almost better off. I told my dad you can do payments, right? My dad he's one of those guys, you know, like he doesn't do payments unless he necessarily has to. You gotta pay interest on it. Yeah, but I mean, it's if you know, rather than taking a hit all in one shot, it is an option for you. You know what I mean? And I thought, well, maybe I should just go ahead and buy my saw now, but then that really would throw off my game plan. You know what I mean? Because the way I'm paying off my drum kit is that like they're charging me $236 a month, right? And I already have like I think pay interest on